Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill suffered a gruesome-looking leg injury in the second half of his team's Week 4 game against the New York Jets. And what unfolded in the minutes after was one of those haunting moments that transcends the game itself. The play that caused it was supposed to be a routine gain. Just another 10-yard completion between quarterback Tua Tagovailoa and Hill, who has been one of the most reliable and electrifying players in the league since arriving in Miami. But football has a way of reminding everyone involved, players, coaches, and fans, that it is a violent sport where everything can change in the blink of an eye. Hill caught the pass smoothly, just as he has done countless times in his career. And as he turned upfield, a Jets defender met him near the sideline. The tackle looked ordinary at first, but ended with Hill's leg trapped underneath him in a violent twist. The moment his body hit the turf, he grabbed his leg, screaming in pain. And the reaction from players on both sidelines told everyone this was bad. The stadium, which had been loud and buzzing only seconds earlier, fell into an eerie silence. Fans stood frozen, unable to process what they had just seen. The ESPN broadcast quickly cut away, sparing viewers a prolonged look at Hill's knee, which appeared to be pointing in an unnatural direction. Trainers from both teams rushed onto the field. ESPN sideline reporter Katie George described how the medical staff immediately went to work, cutting off Hill's cleat and removing the tape around his ankle to check circulation and stabilize the area. They were quick and professional, but the urgency in their movements said everything. The Dolphins' bench emptied, with players gathering around their teammates. Some knelt in prayer, some turned away, unable to watch, while others placed hands on Hill, trying to comfort him. The Jets defenders who had been involved in the play walked over, offering words of encouragement, a gesture that underscored that in moments like these, rivalry takes a backseat to humanity after several tense minutes. Hill's leg was placed in a stabilizer and he was carefully lifted onto the medical cart. Fans rose to their feet, giving him a standing ovation as he was driven off the field. Hill, clearly in pain, acknowledged the crowd with a small wave before being taken into the tunnel. The scene left Dolphins players visibly emotional. Tua Tagovailoa stood quietly, helmet in hand, staring at the ground. Tyreek Hill isn't just Miami's top receiver. He is the focal point of their offense, the player who keeps defensive coordinators awake at night. Losing him was more than losing a weapon. It was like losing the heartbeat of the team. Shortly afterward, the Dolphins announced Hill had been ruled out for the remainder of the game with a knee injury. NFL Network's Cameron Wolfe reported that there were fears of a dislocated knee and that if an MRI confirmed the injury, Hill could miss the rest of the 2025 season. That report spread quickly across social media, with fans reacting in disbelief. A dislocated knee is one of the most severe injuries in football, often involving damage to ligaments, cartilage, or arteries that require surgical repair and months of rehab. The idea of Hill being sidelined for the season felt devastating, not only for Miami's playoff hopes, but also for football fans everywhere who tune in just to watch him work his magic on the field. The Dolphins later confirmed that Hill was taken to a local hospital for imaging, evaluation, and observation. Head coach Mike McDaniel addressed the media after the game, visibly emotional, saying that Hill was not just a superstar, but a leader whose energy fueled the entire team. Tyreek is a special player, but he's an even more special person, McDaniel said. Right now, the only thing that matters is that he gets the care he needs. We'll figure out the football stuff later. Fans across the country flooded social media with well wishes. Former teammates, including Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes, sent prayers and support. Current NFL stars shared highlight clips of Hill, calling him an inspiration and expressing hope that he would recover quickly. Miami players posted pictures and messages of support from the locker room, dedicating the rest of the season to him. The Dolphins' offense without Hill immediately looked different. Defenses no longer had to respect his blazing speed stretching the field, allowing the Jets to tighten their coverage and blitz more freely. Miami struggled to find a rhythm, and the emotional toll of watching their teammate leave the field seemed to weigh heavily on them. It was a sobering reminder of just how much Hill means to the team, not just as a player, but as a motivator and emotional spark at the hospital. Hill was reportedly surrounded by family members and close friends. Several teammates visited after the game to check on him, and reports said he remained in good spirits despite the pain. "He's one of the toughest guys we know," said one Dolphins player. "If anyone can come back from this, it's him." But it's hard seeing him like that. The days following the game were filled with anxious waiting as fans and analysts speculated about the MRI results. Sports talk shows debated what the Dolphins should do next if Hill were lost for the season. Some argued that Miami would need to lean more heavily on their running game and rely on Jalen Waddle to take over as the primary receiver. Others suggested that no scheme could fully replace what Hill brings to the field: his unique ability to turn a short pass into a game-breaking touchdown, his gravitational pull on defenders that opens opportunities for everyone else. The injury was a brutal reminder of the fragility of NFL careers. One moment, Hill was on pace to lead the league in receiving yards, making highlight plays and electrifying crowds. The next, he was facing the possibility of season-ending surgery. It's the kind of twist of fate that can shake a locker room and rally it at the same time. Players know that every snap carries risk, and when a star goes down, it reinforces just how quickly everything can change. For Hill personally, the road ahead will be challenging. Recovering from a dislocated knee is not just about surgery and rehab, it's about mental toughness. Athletes must trust their body again, regain explosiveness, and overcome the fear of re-injury. Hill, known for his work ethic and determination, will likely attack the process with the same intensity he brings to the game. Fans will be eager to see if he can return to form and continue rewriting the record books. Meanwhile, the Dolphins must regroup. Their Super Bowl aspirations depend on how they adapt in Hill's absence. Tua will have to spread the ball around. The coaching staff will need to adjust their game plans. And the team will have to find a new emotional anchor to keep them motivated. Sometimes teams rally in the face of adversity, using moments like this to strengthen their resolve. Whether Miami can do that remains to be seen. But no matter what happens on the field, one thing is clear: Tyreek Hill's presence will be missed every single week until he returns. Fans will remember the silence that fell over the stadium, the image of him being carted off, and the way his teammates gathered around him. It was a stark reminder that football is not just entertainment, it is a game played by real people who risk everything every time they step onto the field. As Miami waits for further updates, the NFL world collectively hopes for the best. Whether Hill returns this season or not, the respect for his game, his heart, and his impact will only grow stronger. And when the day comes that he steps back onto that field, Hard Rock Stadium will erupt like never before, celebrating not just a player's return, but a fighter's triumph. Well, guys, what are your thoughts? Do tell us. Thanks for watching.